Huge thanks to my amazing YouTube family. We just hit 500 plus subscribers. Your support means the world to me. To celebrate this milestone, I'd love for you to consider joining my YouTube monthly membership. You'll get access to exclusive content, behind-the-scenes updates, special perks, and you'll be directly supporting the channel. It's a fantastic way to become an even bigger part of our community. In this gripping full-length video, we delve into the police interrogation and confession of Thomas Chan, who was involved in a tragic incident that left Dr. Chan dead and his partner severely injured. On December 28, 2015, Peterborough police responded to a distressing scene at Haggis Drive, leading to Chan's arrest for first-degree murder and attempted murder. This video provides an in-depth look at the interrogation process, revealing the psychological turmoil and the events that led to Chan's actions, including his use of magic mushrooms. Witness the complexities of the case as it unfolds in the courtroom, ultimately resulting in a conviction for manslaughter and aggravated assault.
What's your last name?
Chan.
Chan, okay, and how old are you?
19.
You're 19 years old, okay. All right, do you go to school right now?
I don't wish to answer.
You don't wish to answer?
Yeah.
Okay. Your mom has been in here, she is in here, speaking with officers. She's kind of given me a little bit of a background of your life, your history. I understand that you go to Lakefield College School, so you have a pretty good education, right? You're an athlete. Do you still play rugby at all, or did you have to stop playing rugby?
I don't wish to answer right now.
Okay. The buddies that you're with last night, they've all been interviewed. Do you play sports with?
The quiet suburban tranquility of Peterborough, Ontario, was shattered on the night of December 28, 2015. A horrific scene unfolded at a residence on Haggis Drive, leaving a respected doctor dead and his partner critically injured. At the center of this tragedy was their own son, Thomas Chan. This video delves into the chilling police interrogation and subsequent confession of Thomas Chan, a young man whose actions would forever alter the lives of those around him.
You're with Jeff. Does Jeff actually live in the house?
No.
Jeff doesn't live in the house. Where does he live then? Like, I know he was staying there last night. Does he normally stay there?
On occasion.
On occasion. How long has he and your mom been together for?
A while. A year.
A year. How old are you when your parents split up? I understand it was like 13 years ago. Does that sound about right?
I don't wish to answer right now.
Okay. They do live fairly close to each other, so you're able to kind of go back and forth between the two.
The call to Peterborough police that night was a desperate plea for help. Upon arrival, officers were met with a scene of unimaginable violence. Dr. Chan lay deceased, while his partner, Lynn Witteveen, was found suffering from severe injuries. Thomas Chan, their son, was taken into custody.
Police station before? Into this police station?
No.
No. Okay. What I'm trying to do, I'm just trying to get a background on you. I mean, I've gotten a lot of information from all the people who are in this building who love you and who say that this horrible incident that happened last night is not you at all. Everything that I've been told up until now is that you're a great person. You've led a pretty good life. You've had some hard times because of your sport.
The subsequent interrogation of Thomas Chan revealed a complex and disturbing narrative. The video footage captures the psychological turmoil he experienced as detectives meticulously pieced together the events of that night. Initially, Chan appeared disoriented and confused, his responses fragmented and incoherent.
How long have you been going to Lakefield College School, Thomas?
I graduated.
Graduated? Are you going to college yet, or are you considering going to college?
I'm currently in college.
Where?
St. Louis College.
St.
Lawrence. Lawrence.
St. Lawrence.
Kingston.
What are you going through to be?
Police foundations.
So is it safe for me to say that what happened last night is not you? Okay, take your time.
As the interrogation progressed, a disturbing picture began to emerge. Chan admitted to consuming magic mushrooms in the hours leading up to the incident. He described a sense of detachment from reality, a distorted perception of his surroundings, and a growing sense of paranoia.
The 19th. And when are you supposed to go back?
I'm not sure. Right now. I'm not sure right now.
That's fine. That's fair. You're going through a lot right now. The whole time you've been home since the 19th, have you been hanging out with your friends? Family? It's Christmas. I'm assuming you're in your first year. Is that right? Yeah, so you've just... Like, is your first semester done?
I don't wish to answer right now.
Who did you spend Christmas with?
I don't wish to answer right now.
The detectives pressed Chan for details, seeking to understand the sequence of events that led to the tragic outcome. Chan's recollection of the night was a blur of fragmented memories and distorted perceptions. He described a confrontation with his father, a struggle that escalated into violence.
I love him.
The interrogation footage captures the raw emotion of a young man grappling with the consequences of his actions. Chan's confession, though fragmented and at times contradictory, revealed the depth of his remorse and confusion. He expressed disbelief at the violence he had inflicted, struggling to reconcile his actions with his own sense of self.
What do you think your dad would want you to do right now? You can make any decision you want, Thomas, at all. But I want you to seriously think about what happened last night, what you think should be done for your dad, for Lynn. And I think it's time you be honest. Your dad deserves that. Your mom deserves that. And Christina, and Lynn and her kids. They all deserve for you to be honest. I'd like for you to tell me what you were doing yesterday. What were you doing with your friends? And start from there and just tell me how this happened.
Okay. I was just having a regular night with my friends, and then we made a stupid decision to do something very foolish.
Sorry, you said to do something very foolish?
Yeah, I just
What was that?
take a hallucinogenic drug,
Okay.
and everything was fine. And then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, I got a God complex.
Okay.
And I've never felt like that before, and it's so stupid. So stupid. And then I thought that everyone was just turning on me. And I got scared. And then I ran to my dad's for help, in honesty.
Okay.
Chan, then 19, killed his father and seriously injured his father's partner in a drug-induced attack in December 2015, after consuming magic mushrooms. While an Ontario court convicted him of manslaughter and aggravated assault, sentencing him to 5 years, his defense centered on a claim of not being criminally responsible. They argued a mild traumatic brain injury, stemming from rugby concussions, prevented him from understanding the wrongfulness of his actions during the hallucinatory episode.
I felt like I started hallucinating.
You started hallucinating? Okay.
Seeing close friends and family who tried to help, their faces start to be aggressive and sinister and devilish, and I felt like I felt like I was, I don't know how to explain it. I just felt like everyone was turning on me and everything like that. And I went to my dad's for help, and I wanted to get in. So I got in by any means. And then when he came out, I just hallucinated even more, and his face just and I thought he was coming after me, but he wasn't. But I thought he was at the time, because of the stupid drug. I love him. My dad. Same with Lynn. It's the hallucinations were just so strong. So stupid. I can't take it back. I would do anything to. I just thought people were turning on me, and they would never. And I know that now, and I should always know that, but the drug.
Yeah. When you got to the house and you couldn't get in, how did you get in?
Through a window.
What window? How did that happen?
Side of the window went in through
Sorry?
where I broke in.
You broke in. Okay. So when you went into the house, when did you first see your dad?
I don't know. It was, I came in, lights were on, and then I just remember his face just turned and devilish. Same with all my closest friends, and my mom even. All their faces just turned devilish. Their hair started growing and turning black, and I was just so scared. It wouldn't do anything to hurt me ever. Oh no.
Do you remember what happened next? You thought he was turning on you. Do you remember what you did?
Not really.
What parts do you remember?
I know I had a knife, and from then on, it's kind of just a quick blur. It was me just acting as though I was fighting for my life. That's what it felt like.
So you thought throughout this that you were fighting for your life? Do you remember where you were in the house?
Kitchen.
Kitchen. Where'd you get the knife?
I don't know.
Have you ever seen the knife before? Do you remember anything about that knife?
Well, I just know I grabbed the closest sharp object.
To protect yourself. Because you were hallucinating. Do you remember if your dad was saying anything?
Everything was just mumbles and murmurs. And it sounded like different languages. Everything.
Do you remember hitting your dad with a knife?
No, like I remember like coming at him, but as soon as I came at him, everything just kind of blanks out, and I don't know where or how I hit him. I just remember seeing his face, and it just wasn't his face. His eyes looked like they were all black. His hair was all black and growing on end, and everything. It was I would never do that. In my right mind, I would never do that.
And that's the key there, right? In your right mind. Because you did do it. But you were on drugs. Right?
I can't believe I did
I believe that. Where was Lynn when this was all going on?
I don't remember exactly. She was in the... She ran into the...
your time. What do you remember?
The case of Thomas Chan raised complex questions about the role of drugs in violent crime. The use of magic mushrooms, a hallucinogenic substance, became a central point of contention. The defense argued that Chan's impaired state of mind rendered him incapable of forming the intent necessary.
The more scared I got, the longer the hair looked, and the darker it got. And like I said, all words sounded like not English. It sounded like chants or something. I just thought I was being chased. Everyone was being taken over by the devil. Something. I don't know how to describe it. It was...
That's a pretty good way to describe it.
I thought everyone was coming after me.
So did you, when you went into the house, you said you broke in? Where did you first see your dad? Was he right there? Was he sleeping? What do you remember?
I don't really remember. Honestly. I just remember getting in, and then all of a sudden, he was there. Which scared me. Because I didn't see where he came from. And then all of a sudden he was in front of me. Saying something. I have no idea what he was saying. And it sounded like I said, chants and devilish. And the hair.
So you grabbed a knife or a sharp object. Where were you at that point when you grabbed a sharp object?
Must have been in the kitchen then.
Do you remember being in the kitchen?
No, all I see is his face.
Okay. Do you remember where you stabbed him?
No. No. It's so hard to explain. It's bits and fragments. And my brain's trying to shut it out. But it makes me sick.
Yeah.
It's nothing like me. It's nothing like me.
I know. There's a lot of people that love you. A lot of people that love you.
I've ruined my life.
I do think your dad's story needs to be told, though. I think that we should know what happened. I know that it's kind of coming in fragments, and I understand that because you were on drugs. Do you know what it was that you took?
Mushrooms.
Mushrooms. When did you take them?
Hours before. But they only started peaking around then. Yes.
So hours before, do you remember like a time?
No.
Where were you when you took them?
At my mother's house.
Okay. So how were you feeling after you took them for the few hours after that?
I was good. I felt good. And then, this is how this whole God complex started. I was up in my room, alone at this point, meditating. And then I read about this thing called the familial gland.
Familial gland?
Yeah, something like that on my phone. And then I started seeing like bright lights and everything like that. And I've read about the familial gland before. And then I just started getting this God complex. And then everything started peaking after that. And then I remember going down into the basement. I don't remember what happened in the basement of my mom's. But then all of a sudden I thought my friends were being taken over and I wanted the lights on.
Okay.
Because I felt like it was like protecting me. And then when the lights were off, I felt like people would come after me.
Right. What are you thinking about right now?
I think I was trying to protect the light switch.
When?
My father's.
Okay, can you tell me more about that?
I was afraid that he was gonna get the lights, I think. I just felt this. I felt like I was acting like God, and I'm by no means religious at all.
Right.
But I felt like I was doing God's will or a spiritual thing, and he was the devil. So stupid. And I just couldn't understand it. His hair was scared. And just his face was scary. And everybody's face was scary. And I don't know. Everyone was just turning on me. In my head now I know that I'm sober. They weren't.
Who do you think was turning on you?
Everybody.
Who's everybody?
Literally everyone. I thought everybody was turning on me. It was just... the drug made me feel like I was... like... almost like... the second coming of Jesus or something like that. And they were the devil coming after me. That's what I felt like. That's the best way I could describe it. Which is stupid. I'm not religious.
But you were on drugs, right? And you were hallucinating. Have you ever hallucinated like that before? No?
No.
So you're in the kitchen with your dad,
Yeah.
and his hair's growing black, and his eyes are black. You can't understand what he's saying. You're scared. Do you remember grabbing an object?
No.
You don't?
I just grabbed, I guess, the closest, nearest thing or anything. I don't know. I didn't know. I don't remember grabbing it. It's such a dark time. It's hard to piece it all together.
Do you remember?
Necessary for murder. The courtroom became a stage for a battle of expert testimonies. Psychiatrists and toxicologists presented conflicting opinions on the effects of magic mushrooms and their potential impact on Chan's mental state. The jury was tasked with weighing the evidence and determining the
He
extent.
was going to turn it off and then come after me, I think. Because I remember being afraid of the dark and being around people in the dark. Because in the dark, they would grab real to me.
How did you stop him?
I guess I stabbed him. I don't remember stabbing him. I just remember going towards him, and then from then on, it's just kind of like...
So you remember going towards him. Where was he when you were going towards him? Where was he standing? Or was he sitting? Was he lying down?
I don't know. I remember when it all happened. It was first. It was. I don't wish to answer. I don't know. I don't wish to answer. I just don't know.
You know what? I don't want you to tell me anything that you don't know. I just
know.
want you to be honest for your dad. Honest. I don't want you to make anything up.
I don't know what really happened. I just remember being afraid of the dark, feeling that the devil was very real, and I was like, this whole God, and like I was trying to do something, and just, I don't know. And I don't want to say anything because I'm not in the right state of mind right now. It's just, I don't know.
Do you know where Lynn was when you got there? If she was sleeping? I don't know if Lynn lives there, does she?
She's there most nights, yes. I love Lynn too. She's been there my whole life.
I was going to say, I understand that you have known her forever. She's always worked with your dad,
Yeah.
Is that right?
Yeah.
How long ago did they actually get together, though?
I don't know. But it's just kind of...
Did you mean to hurt Lynn?
No. I don't know. I don't know if I meant to hurt any of them. I don't know. I don't wish to answer because I don't know. I was just scared. I was hallucinating. I don't know.
Yeah. And that's what I mean. Like, in your mind, do you want to hurt Lynn?
No.
Are you remorseful that you hurt Lynn?
Yes. Yes.
Do you love her? So
yes.
If you hadn't done drugs last night...
Would this have happened?
Yes.
No. I'm a good person.
Mm-hmm. I know you are.
Not anymore.
But you are. Last night, yes, it has changed things.
Everything.
Yeah. But you still are who you are. You've got a family who loves you so much. You've got a bunch of buddies that you've obviously known for a long time, been through a lot with, that have been here talking to officers. They've been very honest about what they did last night. The fact that you guys did drugs and it was a terrible decision, and that you just weren't acting like yourself. They've talked about
to which Chan's drug use had influenced his actions. The trial was emotionally charged, with family members and friends of the victims providing heart-wrenching testimonies. The loss of Dr. Chan and the severe injuries sustained by Lynn Witteveen.
And you love your dad, and that's normally where you go to get help, or if you're upset, he's the one you turn to. Is that right?
When I'm upset at my mom, or anything, when I'm upset at my mom or anything, I turn to him.
Right.
Yeah.
Have you always been close to your dad?
Like, he was always busy with work when I was younger.
Right.
The doctor,
Mm-hmm.
right? And it only starts slowing down when you start becoming a senior doctor.
Right.
So, I would like to say he's always been there for me.
Yeah.
But he's only really had the time now. I love him.
Yeah. Do you remember Lynn coming out to the kitchen?
Like, I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know.
I know where she was when she was injured, when police got there, and when the ambulance got there. I just don't know if it happened where she was or if it happened in another part of the house. And I was hoping that you'd be able to tell me where that happened.
I don't know, because my mind's blocked out. Like, I've blocked out after, I guess, I came with my dad.
You sorry?
I blocked it out after, like, my dad was approaching me, and I was by the light, and I felt threatened, and then I acted how I at the time felt was what I needed to do for my own safety, which doesn't make sense. And
It doesn't make sense sober, but when you're hallucinating, I'm sure it made total sense. Like right now, we can sit here and say, yeah, that makes no sense. But what you went through last night, you were hallucinating. You legitimately felt like he was threatening you. What did you, or do you even know what you thought he was going to do to you?
I thought that he was the devil, and like everybody was being taken over by the devil. 'Cause everybody I saw would fluctuate between like black hair and sinister, and then I just wanted to feel safe, and I didn't feel safe anywhere, and I don't know, I was hallucinating, and I blocked out the points that I don't want to visit.
Did you block out the points you want to visit, or do you not want to talk about them because they're horrible things that you don't want to think about?
I can't distinguish between the two right now.
You said that you saw Lynn's face as well. You saw her face, her hair went black too.
That's all I know. That's all I see was Lynn's face, and black eyes, black hair, same thing, and just not English, muttering, mumbling. Like, I acted for my own safety the way I felt. That's what I don't know. I'm not a violent person.
I know.
I've never even been in a fight.
In your dad's house, you've obviously been there before, many times I'm sure. When you walk in the front door,
Can you tell me, like, where things happened?
I was hoping you could tell me where things happened.
I just know that things were in the kitchen, and then from being in the kitchen, all I see is faces. That's it.
Whose faces in the kitchen?
My dad, and then after I see my dad's face, I see Lynn's face, but I don't know. I want to say it was in the kitchen, but I don't know. All I see is her face.
Okay.
And it was black eyes, black hair, devilish, saying, I don't know what she was saying or what she was doing. I just see her face and muttering non-English. I felt devilish, and I acted. I don't know where it happened.
You don't know where it happened with Lynn or your dad?
Last I remember was being in the kitchen with my dad. And then all I see is scary faces. That's what I last remember. And then after that, I remember being by the front door praying in the light, which I never do. I'm not religious. Why did I think it? I don't know. I'm almost as curious as you.
Can you describe to me like kind of the layout of your dad's house? I haven't been there.
Yeah.
I have kind of an idea in my head of what the layout is, like where the kitchen is to the door, but can I get you to say you're walking through the front door?
Okay, well this is my dad's house.
Yes, your dad's house.
You walk in the front door, you walk straight, and then it's the kitchen. Just straight all the way through, and there's just living space there. And then you take a right, and you take a right again, and there's a bathroom right there, and my sister's room, and then my room, and then my dad's room. And then, so it's like this, and then there's the hallway, and there's this, and then, sorry.
No, that's okay. Take your time.
Like,
Your hands are sore too, so.
Yeah. Okay. This is layout. It's front door here.
Yeah.
Hallway leading all the way into the kitchen.
Right.
Straight. And then this area here is like a living space. So
and is that to your left?
To the left.
Past like the front entrance?
Yeah.
Living space?
So it's like a hallway, and then it opens up just to your left.
Okay. And what's in that room
space.
there? What's in the living space?
It's just TV and couches and all that.
So that's where you'd actually go to watch TV, or where your dad and Lynn would?
And then when you're walking in the front door, there's another door to your right to the garage, and then after that there's a door to downstairs.
Right.
And
so if you're walking, you're looking to your right, then what do you come to past the door to go downstairs?
a hallway down that way. Just a small hallway. And there's another small hallway. And my dad's room is just that way. My room is here. My sister's room is here. And the bathroom is here. That's the layout.
So where's your dad's bedroom in the house? How do you get to your dad's bedroom? Is it off the kitchen? Is it off the living room? Is it off the hallway?
So what you do is you come there. Here's the kitchen, and down this way, and then just down a little bit that way, and it's like right there.
So down
it's
hallway?
relatively close, yeah.
Okay. So is his bedroom at the back of the house?
Yeah.
Okay.
Was Lynn in the bedroom?
What do you remember about that?
I don't. I don't. I don't. I just remember faces. And being serious. I never would have gone after her for no reason.
Do you think she hurt you?
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I just remember faces and acting on instinct. At least what I thought was instinct.
At the time it was. Right?
It was just a fight or flight type thing.
And you know that Lynn is alive, right?
Yeah. I assumed that I'm being charged with murder and attempted.
Right. Right. You saw her face. Is there anything that you remember about her face that would remind you of where she was? Anything around her head? Anything? If you saw her face, was the light on? I know you were worried about the light.
I don't know. I just saw her face and black eyes and dark hair. And that's all I could focus on.
Did you know it was her right away?
I knew who people were. I just thought they were being taken over by the devil. I thought they were coming after me, and it's just so stupid because they wouldn't.
You know that now that you're sober.
Yeah.
Was there anybody else in the house?
I don't know.
Have you ever seen anybody else in there?
No. Was there someone else in there?
To my knowledge, no. I'm being honest with you. To my knowledge, there wasn't anybody in the house. But if there was, I was just hoping that you would tell me.
I don't know what happened. I've given you all the information that I can remember. I don't know how reliable it is. I've given you what I've tried to put together.
If there's anything I can tell you, it's that I appreciate you telling me the truth. I do. I really do. It says a lot about you. Not about the you last night that was on drugs, who you actually are.
I've done what I've done, and even though I wasn't in my right mind, I'm ready to take what's gonna happen. I just want people to know that that's not me. That's not me at all.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm so sorry. And I don't know how it really went down. And it could have been anyone. It could have been anyone, I'm sure.
What do you mean by that?
I was threatened by everyone. Everyone who I was around. I just felt threatened by them. And they were just coming after me.
Right.
Though I'm sure they were just trying to help me. But at the time, it just felt like they were coming after me because they were working with the devil, and I don't know what I was thinking. It was stupid. I felt like I was like the second coming of God or Jesus, and it was, I'm not religious, I'm not religious, I'm not religious, I'm not religious, I'm not religious. I can't take it back. I wish I could. I wish my dad was still alive. Well, it's okay. I don't wish for my family to ever forgive me. I don't deserve it.
You don't deserve for them to forgive you?
Bro, I killed Dad. Who does that? I don't...
So I'm just gonna go back maybe like 24 hours before this happened. Can you just kind of tell me what you did? You know, like where did you sleep 2 nights ago? What did you get up and do? At what point did you get together with your friends?
I was normal. I was doing everything normal. And then all of a sudden I had a bad trip and it just went worse, 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 worst thing possible happened.
So where did you sleep over 2 nights ago? So last night was when this happened. The night before that, where did you sleep? Did you sleep at your mom's or your dad's or somewhere else?
My mom's.
At your mom's.
Slept at my mom's, yeah.
Do you remember who slept there that night?
My friends. I think so, yeah.
Who out of your friends stayed there?
So the night before this happened,
Mm-hmm.
Who stayed over there? I think. I know Nick was there.
Nick was there?
And Dylan was there.
What's Nick's last name?
Nemechek.
Nemenchek?
Nemechek.
Okay.
And Dylan was there.
What's Dylan's last name?
Paris.
Okay. And who else?
I don't know if Dan was there. I don't think Dan was there. No, he wasn't. He left earlier in the night.
What's Dan's last name?
Saratnik.
Saradnik? Okay. Anybody else there 2 nights ago?
No.
So some of your friends stayed overnight? Like actually slept there? Okay, when did you guys wake up?
I woke up at 10 o'clock and started reading my book.
What book are you reading?
I've heard of books called Freakonomics. Super
Freakonomics, I have heard, yeah.
Good books. I'm reading the third one. It's called Think Like a Freak.
Okay.
Yeah, really good book. I want to read it.
Yeah, I might.
Anyways, so yeah, I just read the book and I woke them up at 11 after I read a couple chapters.
Mm-hmm.
And it was just a normal day. It was just so normal. Everything was so normal, and I never would have seen this coming. I don't think anyone would have.
So when your buddies got up at 11, what did you guys do?
What do we do?
Mm-hmm.
They went off, did their thing, met up with another friend. I didn't go with them. I stayed, waited for Soren to get to my house.
Soren?
Mm-hmm.
How do you know Soren? Is he another buddy that you went to school with?
Really good buddy, really good buddy. He lived with me in grade 11.
Mm.
Yeah, we're like brothers.
Mm-hmm.
We're all like brothers.
Right. What time did Soren get there?
I don't exactly remember the exact time, but it was later in the afternoon.
Right. And what did you and Soren do?
We hung out and then we went shopping with my sister.
Christina? So where did you and Soren
And Nick came back, yeah.
Nick came back? Did Nick go shopping with you guys too?
Nick came over with us, yeah.
Okay. Are you close with Christina?
Very close. I love my sister.
Yeah. Where'd you guys go shopping?
Plush, Flavor, mall, saw my mom, all that stuff, yeah.
Right, your mom works in the mall.
Yeah.
Right. So did you go see her at work?
Left a profound void in the community. Ultimately, the jury found Thomas Chan guilty of manslaughter in the death of his father and aggravated assault in the attack on his father's partner. The verdict reflected a recognition of the complex circumstances surrounding the case, acknowledging the role of drugs while holding Chan accountable for his actions. Chan was unable to use an automatism defense at his trial because Canadian Criminal Code Section 33.1 barred impairment as a defense for violent assaults. Subsequently, the Supreme Court of Canada overturned Section 33.1, deeming it unconstitutional.
I had beer, went to St. Louis, and watched the end of the Leafs game, and then we got back, we took shrooms, and I remember bits and pieces of the shroom trip.
Right.
But I've never hallucinated like that ever. It's never been that strong, and it's bits and like earlier in that night I remember having like a huge growing up moment and just an epiphany, and then when I got upstairs I started meditating, and then I really started to hallucinate. That's when I don't really start to, that's when I start to lose like the solid stream of things.
Right.
When I really hit the peak and started really hallucinating.
Right. What time did you go to St. Louis Wing? I'm sorry. Was it St. Louis Wing? I know you said St. Louis.
Yeah, St. Louis, just up on what is it, Lansdowne?
Lansdowne Street, right? Okay.
Yeah, we just went there. And
I'm not sure what time the Leafs played out last night. What time were you there until?
We probably just right up until the end of the game.
Do you know what time?
No, not really.
What time did they start? Like, did they play at 7 last night?
I don't know. We could look that up. So
Yeah.
it's like that's okay.
I'm sure someone around here would know when the
Yeah.
Leafs played.
Yeah. So yeah, and then after that we got back, and then we decided to we'd take some shrooms.
Whose idea was that?
I don't remember. I think it was like a combined idea, really.
How much did you drink at St. Louis Wing? I know that you said that you had a drink before you went there. Did you drink much there?
I had one beer at home, or one or two beers when I was at home.
What kind?
What kind?
Mm-hmm.
It was either Bud or Coors.
Okay.
So those were the 2 beers we had there.
Right.
And then we got to St. Louis, and then I got a pint of Stella.
Okay.
And then came back, and then got the shrooms.
Where'd you get them from?
I'm not really sure. I didn't go with them. I stayed.
Oh, you didn't go to get them?
I stayed at home while they went and got them.
Who all went to get them?
Sworn Dylan.
Okay. So you don't know where they went? Okay. How long were they gone?
15, 20 minutes maybe.
And did they drive or walk?
I don't know. I was in the house.
Okay. Who'd you stay at the house with?
Nemi and Dan. Nick Nemchek and Dan. It's Nick.
Okay. Was there anybody else that was at the house with you?
My mother, Jeff, and my sister were upstairs watching a movie or something, yeah.
Whose, and I believe the name's Laura or Laurie. Do you know somebody by that name?
Yeah, Laura. I do remember in the police car and all that.
Right.
I was just saying anything to get out of the police car because I thought that this is where it starts to get crazy, because like this is where I started like coming down a little bit off the shrooms.
Mm-hmm.
So this is where like I'm still tripping
Right.
like, pretty heavily, but I can remember things. I don't remember how I got in the police car.
Okay.
I remember that I was in the police car, and then I closed my eyes,
Okay.
and I felt jostling and all this, and I was meditating again, which I think that's like where I went wrong, when I really started to
Right.
get into my head and like really let things run. And I felt like I was in the dark, and I would just sit there and feel some jostling. And then when I got here, I thought that everything was white, and I thought I was in heaven. I literally, was music playing when I was here? Is there music in?
There could have been music playing in the vehicles. I mean, they have radios.
Oh, I heard like gospel choir music, so I really emphasized like
Right.
the feeling of being in heaven.
Right.
And then the officers were saying, you'll know when you're able to get out. So I was like, oh, I'll know. So I'll know. And then their faces were also changing
Okay.
between normal and friendly, and like dark, and I remember their faces would get veiny, and I would depending on like what I said to them, their faces would become more normal, and that's why I started saying all the random stuff, because I just wanted their faces to become normal again.
What kind of random stuff were you saying?
I was like saying names of people who, and like what I thought they wanted to hear.
What you thought who wanted to hear?
The officers.
What did
to
you?
let me out of the car.
What did you think they wanted to hear?
Like, what they wanted to hear was anything. I don't know what they wanted to hear, so I was really testing out anything.
Right. Do you remember what kind of things you were saying?
Yeah, I remember what I said.
What'd you say?
I remember Laura, who is she, my love? I said that. And I was just testing out things to say, because I wanted to get out of the car and be in heaven, because I thought that I had escaped from the devil, and I was in a bright white place, hearing like this like, oh, gospel-y music like that.
Right.
And I thought I was just, and they were saying, you'll know when you're ready to come out. And I was like, oh, so I'll know. So I just would sit in there, eyes closed every now and then, saying whatever they want me to say. And I was just...
Did you feel better when you got here? Because
Yes.
you thought you were in heaven?
Yes, I felt safe when I got here.
Yeah. Do you remember leaving your mom's house to go to your dad's house?
I remember they're all, my mom and my sister, I remember seeing their faces, and they changed too. All I remember when my serious trip, what really I really see is just faces. Everything else is kind of just, yeah, but I just see scary faces of my friends and family, and that's what sticks in my head.
Mm-hmm.
And when they would become more sinister, their faces would be, as I said, like veiny, and they'd get fat.
Did that happen with your mom as well?
Yes, and her hair was...
And as a result, Chan will receive a new trial. The case of Thomas Chan serves as a stark reminder of the devastating consequences of drug use and the fragility of the human mind. It is a tragedy that continues to resonate within the community, leaving behind a legacy of grief and unanswered questions. If you enjoyed the video, drop a like, comment, and subscribe for more true crime content. Share this video to raise awareness about the dangers of drug use and its potential impact on mental health. Let us know your thoughts in the comments below.